Being muscular at 70 places you in elite company. Only 3.2% of men over 70 have visible muscle definition. But here's what they don't tell you. Those 3.2% live 12 years longer on average. They have 67% fewer hospital visits, and they're having more sex than men half their age. Meet Robert. At 68, his doctor told him he had the bone density of an 85-year-old. His grandchildren were embarrassed to be seen with him. His wife had stopped looking at him the way she used to. He was invisible, forgotten, written off. That was 4 years ago. Today at 72, Robert does handstand push-ups. His doctor calls him the anomaly. His grandkids brag about him to their friends, and his wife, she recently told him he's in the best shape of his life. This is Robert's story, and it could be yours. Point 1. The biological advantage. Muscle as life insurance. Here's the biological truth that changes everything. After 50, muscle mass isn't just about looking good. It's about survival. Muscle is the single greatest predictor of longevity after 65. Robert learned this at 68 when his doctor showed him the DEXA scan. His lean muscle mass was in the bottom 10th percentile for his age. His risk of falls, fractures, and metabolic disease had skyrocketed. But here's what most doctors won't tell you because they don't believe you'll do it. You can reverse this. Even at 68, even at 75. The elite 3.2% of muscular men over 70 have metabolic armor. Their muscle tissue acts as a glucose disposal system, protecting them from diabetes. It produces myokines, hormones that fight inflammation and cancer. It maintains bone density, preventing the fractures that kill independence. Robert started with calisthenics because his joints couldn't handle heavy weights. In his first 6 months, his bone density increased by 8%. His fasting glucose dropped from pre-diabetic to normal. His testosterone, yes, at 68, climbed by 23% naturally. Muscle at 70 isn't vanity. It's your pension plan for independence. It's the difference between living your 70s on your terms or living them dependent on others. The elite 3% aren't training to look good. They're training to stay off medications, out of hospitals, and in control of their own lives. Now, before we continue, if you're over 50 and you're still here, you're already in rare company. Comment your age below and add one word describing your goal. I want to see how many of us are refusing to fade. Last week, over 14,000 men commented their ages. The oldest, 81 years old. Still training, still growing. You're not alone in this. Point 2, the social reality. Respect, attraction, and visibility. Here's what Robert noticed first. People started treating him differently. At 68, Robert was invisible. Waiters ignored him. His own children spoke to him like he was fragile. His wife had unconsciously stopped consulting him on decisions. By 70, 18 months into his transformation, something had shifted. Servers made eye contact. Other parents asked him about his fitness routine. His wife started seeking his input again, respecting his judgment. This is the social reality of the elite 3%. The world respects vitality at any age. A muscular 70-year-old signals discipline, vitality, and worth. Women noticed, not just your wife, though Robert's wife absolutely noticed, and their intimacy improved dramatically. A fit 70-year-old man is rare enough to be remarkable. At 71, Robert helped move heavy furniture at a family wedding while younger men struggled. His daughter's friends, women in their 40s, commented, "Your dad is incredible." Not for his age, just incredible. But here's what nobody wants to admit. Society wants you to fade at 70. The healthcare industry profits from your decline. Pharmaceutical companies need you weak and medicated. The 3.2% who build muscle after 70? They're a threat to a system that depends on your weakness. They take fewer medications. They need less medical intervention. Robert was on 5 medications at 68. At 72, he's down to 1, and his doctor says even that might be eliminated soon. The elite 3% aren't just building muscle, they're building independence from a system that profits when you're weak. Point 3, the practical path. Calisthenics as the sustainable solution. So how did Robert actually do this? The traditional bodybuilding approach isn't sustainable for most men with decades of joint wear. Robert tried heavy lifts first. He lasted 3 weeks before shoulder inflammation made it impossible. Then Robert discovered what the elite 3% already knew. Calisthenics is the most joint-intelligent way to build muscle after 65. Your body weight is the most biomechanically appropriate load for your frame. You can't ego lift your own body weight. Robert started simple: wall push-ups, assisted squats, dead hangs for 10 seconds. Within 3 months, regular push-ups, bodyweight squats, hanging for 30 seconds. By month 6, his first pull-up at age 69. Today at 72, handstand push-ups, multiple muscle-ups, front lever holds. Here's what made this possible. Calisthenics builds muscle while strengthening the tendons and ligaments around your joints. It's integrated strength your joints can support. And here's the insider knowledge the elite 3% know. Muscle after 70 isn't built in the gym, it's built in the kitchen, specifically with protein timing. The hidden key: 40 plus grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking. This triggers mTOR activation when your body is most receptive. Most 70-year-olds eat toast for breakfast. The elite 3%, they're feeding muscle growth before their coffee. Robert's morning protocol: 6 egg whites, Greek yogurt, and a protein shake. 50 plus grams of protein before 7 a.m. every single day. Combined with 3 25-minute calisthenics sessions per week, this triggered significant muscle growth even at 68, 69, 70. The second secret: calisthenics preserves fascia flexibility, the connective tissue that determines how you move. Weightlifting can stiffen fascia. Calisthenics keeps it supple. That's why the elite 3% move like they're 20 years younger. Robert moves better at 72 than he did at 62. 3 focused 25-minute workouts. That's all Robert does. That's all the elite 3% do. Sustainable, joint-friendly, effective. Point 4. The window of opportunity. Time is running out. Here's where I need to be brutally honest. After 50, you lose 1 to 2% of muscle mass every year you don't train. By 70, if you haven't started, you've lost 20 to 40% of your muscle. But here's the window. Studies show men who start resistance training at 65 to 70 can still build significant muscle, but the window closes dramatically after 75. Your body is still capable, right now. But every year you wait, that capability diminishes. Robert started at 68. If he had waited until 75, his starting point would have been catastrophically worse. 7 years of capability, 7 years of strength, 7 years of independence you can never get back. The elite 3% didn't wait for the perfect moment. They started when they realized the cost of waiting. Most men at 70 are invisible. They shuffle through stores hoping not to be in the way. They apologize for existing. Society encourages this. Act your age. Take it easy. But what if that's the greatest lie ever told? Robert told me, at 68, I was waiting to die. At 72, I'm planning my future. I've never felt more alive. That's what the elite 3% understand. Muscle isn't vanity at 70. It's freedom. It's independence. It's life itself. Robert's transformation changed his marriage, his relationship with his children, his sense of purpose. His wife said, "I got my husband back, a better version than I've ever known." His grandchildren tell their friends their grandpa can do handstands. But the window is closing. Every year of muscle loss makes the climb steeper. Every year of inactivity makes starting harder. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 90 days, train like you're joining the elite 3%. 3 calisthenics sessions per week, 20-30 minutes each. Document your journey. In 90 days, I'm featuring the top 10 transformations on this channel. Your story, your results, your proof that age is just a number. To enter, comment below with your age and 3% challenge accepted. Robert started at 68. Another viewer, James, started at 74. The oldest, 79 years old. Think about your funeral for a moment. What will people remember? The man who gave up or the man who refused to fade? Your grandchildren are watching. What story are you writing for them? Robert's grandson is 12. He told Robert last month, "Grandpa, I want to be strong like you when I grow up." Not when I'm old like you. When he grows up. Because Robert isn't old in his grandson's eyes. He's aspirational. That's legacy. That's what the elite 3% build. The question isn't whether you can join the elite 3%. The question is, will you? Every day you train, you're voting for the man you're becoming. Every day you don't, you're voting for the man society expects you to be. Drop your age and challenge accepted below. Let's show the world what's possible. Conclusion. If this video resonated with you, if Robert's story inspired you, if you're ready to join the elite 3%, Then subscribe to the Style Connection channel. We create content on fitness, style, and attraction specifically for men over 50 who refuse to become invisible. Hit that like button and share this video with someone who needs to see it. Maybe it's your brother, your friend, your father, someone who's accepted the narrative that 70 means decline. And remember, you're not getting older, you're getting elite. We've also recommended another video for you to watch next. See you there!